Well, how is everyone doing today? We are returning with a new top 10 video. As always, I am ONG, and if you're not a subscriber on this channel, I must ask you, what is wrong with you? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if not, if you for some reason don't want to hit subscribe, get out of here, okay? I'm serious. Go. No, guys, we are rising up on at a very fast, rapid rate. Like, we're taking over. It's absolutely phenomenal. So don't get left behind. Join the crew now as we rise up, Team O1G. And also, I want to go in and dive into the giveaway. We are doing a giveaway as always, guys. It's the Christmas holiday. Today is actually Christmas, the day that I'm uploading this. So yeah, there's tons of giveaways coming. So how do you enter this giveaway? All you gotta do is like the video, subscribe, enable post notifications, comment below saying you've done just that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You're gonna be entered into the hottest giveaway. Well, it's just one gift card, but you know, I'm giving away gift cards non-stop, guys, and I sometimes throw codes up in the videos as well, so like, this is the place to be. If you want some free PlayStation Network codes, Xbox Live codes, I got you guys covered, and I really take pride in giving back to you guys when I can. So today, guys, we're going to be diving in and talking about the top 10 scariest encounters in Minecraft. That's right, you guys have constantly requested new top 10 videos, and well, with our last one, or one of our last ones hitting 1 million views in just a week, that was phenomenal, and I thought, well, okay, you guys want more, obviously, that's what I'm going to do. And if you have a request for the next top 10 videos, be sure to put it in the comment section below, and I might just do the top 10 that you requested, which would be pretty awesome. So guys, let's go ahead and dive into today's video, which is top 10 scariest encounters in Minecraft. Now, what is top 10 scariest encounters? Well, throughout the course of playing Minecraft, we all encounter something very odd usually, something that we usually brush off of our shoulder and don't really think much about, but guys, actually, from just roaming through caves and hearing random screams to just odd things occurring from generations, finding crosses. This is all something that is very much so relevant that we constantly find on an ongoing basis, and I get comments all the time from people saying that they spotted this entity or they found this cross and this and that, and I have to say it is quite odd. And even doing many of the videos that I've done where we look at these worlds, we go more in depth with them, we find some of the most unbelievable and shocking like related generations and everything of sort. And with that aside, I thought we would dive into the creepypasta community a little bit more. Now, with creepypastas, it is somewhat supposedly a made-up story or something we deem as a made-up story because we don't have a lot of validated proof if it's evidential or not. So we call it a creepypasta, and we label it that till we know if we can dissect it anymore or if it seems too over the top. Kind of like conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories, we don't have enough evidence backing up these claims, so we kind of just put them in a theorized basis of categorization. It doesn't mean that they're false, it doesn't mean that they're fake, it's just there's not a lot backing up what is being said. So that's kind of like the creepypasta community with these creepypastas and the stories that people relate to and they see. So let's go ahead and dive into the top 10 scariest encounters in Minecraft. So without further ado, sit back, grab your popcorn, whatever you may need. I see you sipping on that soda, so relax. Now let's go ahead and dive in with number 10. Number 10 being Herobrine. Now I'm sure a lot of you have seen Herobrine throughout the course of the Minecraft community. Having been one entity that I have not personally talked about a lot due to certain specified reasons, I thought this would only be right to add him to the list of scariest encounters because the Herobrine is not normal. I mean, it's Herobrine mixed with an Enderman, which claims to be Herobrine. Now, the whole concept is very odd, and there's a lot of things that Herobrine supposedly does. Now, this is very weird. So if we dive into actually what is posted on the Creepypasta wiki, we will see the aim of the story. Every Minecrafter knows about Enderman and possibly Herobrine. Endermen become hostile when the crosshair goes on them and teleports when hostile and not hostile. So basically, Endermen are going to teleport around constantly throughout your world. They're going to steal your blocks. They're going to do really odd things. And if you look at them, you're going to make them very angry. And well, Herobrine is just a Minecraft creepypasta character who is said to make random 3x3 pyramids and possibly even grief people's houses and structures. But what if you had a monster that was combined with the abilities of Herobrine and Enderman together? That's exactly what this is based around, Herobrine. So guys, there is a major story behind Herobrine that goes into the concept of Herobrine and everything that it is. And guys, imagine this. You have an Enderman and then you have Herobrine and you combine them into one with all of their features and capabilities. What does this mean? Well guys, this means just this. Herobrine, a stalker of your world, perhaps a coding error that is a replica of Steve that is slightly glitched. He will be slowly in the fog and just looking at your world and stalking you gradually and griefing your house and even creating 2x2 tunnels and things of relatable sorts. What if he had the power of an Enderman as well. Well, guys, we do know Herobrine has been said and known to actually set upon forests on fire. He will set a forest on fire. Endermen will pick up blocks and take them and build something that we still don't know what Endermen are building. So that is the weird concept about Endermen alone, guys. We don't know what Endermen are actually building. They pick up blocks and they place them elsewhere, but why would they do that? Could it be that Endermen are just trying to find their way back home and they somehow got in the overworld due to being cast out of the end realm? But why? What would they do to get cast out of the end realm? Perhaps they're all there to praise the end dragon, and the end dragon despises some of the Endermen, and they somehow escape to the overworld. I'm not exactly sure the concept of this, and it's a lot of intriguing backstory behind the Endermen and what they're doing, why they're trying to build. Why don't they just pick up random blocks and place them elsewhere? And with that being the case, if you have something like Enderbrine with Herobrine's combination, this creates a very odd occurrence that could occur throughout the world, and Enderbrine alone just looks very, very weird. So there's been multiple reports in the comments section on my videos saying people have spotted Enderbrine and they want me to talk about Enderbrine. And for that I say, if you do have any visual evidential proof of Enderbrine, to tweet it to me, of course, alongside all these creepypastas, because I want to see as much evidence as possible, and Enderbrine alone is very weird. So there you have it for the number 10th spot. It takes the throne as Enderbrine. Now, moving into number 9, I do want to say these are not in no categorization rankable system. This is just how I have labeled them throughout this list. So with that aside, let's go to number 9, which is Golden Herobrine. Now, another Herobrine related individual. It seems like Herobrine takes the spawn of a core and origination of a lot of these creepypastas, and the reason for that is Herobrine, it was the first creepypasta, the first origination of an individual, an entity that spawns throughout the world that brings us a lot of questionable causes. So we always ask and study Herobrine, which I have done multiple times on this channel. I've looked into the Herobrine myth. I've tried to debunk Herobrine. I've tried to search for Herobrine. Though I have had some weird encounters, it's still one of those things that remain a myth and something that we try to constantly debunk and just claim and let people know it's probably not real. But with the aspect of that and a twist of that, I'm not just seeing Herobrine, but all gold. The white eyes, but his whole complete skin is just golden. Now, this is an individual that I talked about very briefly in a video in the past. Now, I talked about Golden Herobrine. I went more in depth with this, and I overall just, you know, dissected what Golden Herobrine was, which I will do in this video as well. But I think the thing that makes this one of the scariest encounters in Minecraft, if you happen to encounter Golden Herobrine, is the shock value. I mean, seeing Herobrine that is all golden would be such a shock, and you wouldn't even be able to kind of depict it off in the distance. You would see a golden entity, and you would be like, wait, there's not a golden mob in Minecraft, and Golden Herobrine of all? It would create more of a shock scare than anything, and I think that is, well, how a lot of fear spawns in some cases. But if we actually go into it, Golden Herobrine is a version of Herobrine, but he's from the far future. He was created after Entity 303 took control of Minecraft. So basically what the story of Golden Herobrine portrays is that Herobrine is basically a version of Herobrine from the far future of Minecraft, and basically you can almost say he's like a time traveler if you see him. I know the story gets kind of far-fetched from here, but he was created after Entity 303 pretty much overloaded and encoded everything differently throughout Minecraft. Entity 303 being another entity that debunks and goes into the actual coding of the game and changes things with more of a glitch rate aspect, which is a lot of how these entities have the actual ability and the ability to spawn due to the coding and glitches of the coding. Basically, Herobrine, you take Steve, you actually add a glitch in the game and then white out his eyes and you have Herobrine, which makes him also much more believable as an aspect as if he is a glitch. So yeah, basically Golden Herobrine would appear after the coding and everything gets completely overloaded from Entity 303. So that's number 9, and without talking about it too much, we do need to keep this list going on, as for that was only the 9th one. So number 8, Herobrine. Now another spawn off, and this one actually is very classic. I would actually say Herobrine was a creepypasta and an encounter that a lot of individuals came across after Herobrine, maybe about a few months, 6 months after Herobrine. Herobrine spawned. Now, there's a lot of relatability to Herobrine. Some people say Herobrine didn't actually start getting spotted till earlier this year. To that, I argue way more in depth. Herobrine has been around for like ever. Basically, Herobrine being the female version of Steve, there's a lot of weird things going on here. So basically, Herobrine is just as you would expect. The Steve skin in the aspect of all white eyes and being a coding glitch as well. So yeah, there's been tons of spottings of Herobrine just suddenly and recently in the year of 2017, but we also have to put into the aspect this is the year that I pretty much kicked off the creepypasta community to a large degree, and we have a huge community that I formed around it, which is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm more than happy to you know, get other people in the bucket or in the boat. So yeah, and primarily Herobrine pretty much was the originated on PC edition first, and that's where people was finding Herobrine, and the powers, of course, is kind of like super speed. So Herobrine is said to have like a super speed ability, right? So like if you see Herobrine, like Herobrine can run towards you like super fast. Just picture like Five Nights at Freddy and how I think it was Five Nights at Freddy 2, how Foxy would come running down the hallway and you would have to close the door. That's basically how fast Herobrine can come at you if you happen to see Herobrine. So it's very creepy because you would think like an entity like Herobrine, oh, it's not too bad, it's scary like it is. But imagine Herobrine sprinting towards you at unbelievable amounts of speed that you couldn't fathom in Minecraft, kind of like Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Yeah, very terrifying, something that I want to stray away from, that I don't want to touch personally. So if we go to number 7, we're going to John, a creepypasta that originated quite some time ago that has a very interesting story, and just having an interesting and, would I say, scary backstory and overall visual appearance. John is one of those creepypastas that take the resemblance and the aspect and the shape of a transformated story into the aspect of making things very scary, and here's how. So let's dive into the story a little bit, all the way originating back to 2013 on who John is. Okay, in 2013, October 21st, there was a 15-year-old boy named Cole Furston. He loved playing Minecraft with his 15-year-old school friend, John. Together, they had built many structures and lived happily until something horrible happened in November 1st. At that date, the sun was shining like a burning torch. Furston was playing Minecraft as usual with John. They were building a giant golem until both of them were attacked by an army of spiders. John died, and Furston had to kill the spider, but John suddenly crashed and his computer shut down. As Furston connected Skype with John, they both had a chat about why John's computer crashed. He told him his computer can't hold on to the high amounts of spiders like in his game, and thus crashed. Alright, so that's kind of like the origination and the core of this story and how this all starts from John. So as you guys can kind of tell, it basically, what this is first implying is that they were just building a golem, everything was going fine, and then all of a sudden, tons of spiders appeared and lagged out his game, and then John's computer pretty much crashed. Well, the story definitely goes on, and it gets more and more creepy. Obviously, we didn't even scrape the surface, but let's just say John has a very creepy backstory and something very creepy as the story continues. If you guys would like a full video on John, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and we can, of course, without a doubt, dive into the whole story of John. So number 6, it would only be right to add this entity to the list. As for if I didn't, a lot of people would probably be like, what do you mean this isn't a scary encounter? Well, that is, of course, number 6 being Herobrine. So why does Herobrine take the number 6 spot? Why is he even on this list? As for everyone already knows, and we've already talked about a lot of relatability towards Herobrine, because almost all these other creepypastas and everything of relating sort bases around Herobrine, right? Okay, cool. So Herobrine is, of course, one of the first creepypastas entities that ever so spawned into the realm of Minecraft, in the world of Minecraft, having actually had publications from Notch and actually Mojang themselves messing around with the community. They only fed to this actual myth, and actually almost confirmed proof and validated evidence that they did have Herobrine in the game at one point in time, which could have been in reference ability to a glitch. Herobrine could still be in the game or added into a variated version of the game and then removed very quickly and swiftly without us even knowing, right under our eyes. So we have to keep an eye out for Herobrine even to this day, as for Mojang like to play around with this community, and we can never debunk if Herobrine is there or not, hence the constant mystery. So moving on to number 5, name data. Having talked about this individual quote-unquote hacker in my previous videos, which you guys really enjoyed, and you were very intrigued by name data as well as a hacker and an individual, an entity that is playing Minecraft on the servers of Pocket Edition, Bedrock Edition, basically, and other PC editions of likes. So if you play on a server, even a realm with your friends, and a name data player comes into the game, you may want to delete your Minecraft account. The name data player is said to delete accounts almost instantly, and there's still all of your information and everything of sort, and completely ruin your account from inside and out. Named Data is pretty much a hacker that is going throughout Minecraft right now, and having searched for him myself, I have not encountered him, but this is apparently something new, but has been around, rumored from the past as well. So is Named Data returning? We don't really know, but Named Data is definitely one of those odd hackers that had to make the list as a scary encounter, because if you encounter Named Data, watch out. Number 4, of course, Slenderman. I had to put Slenderman on this list as well for the specific reason Slenderman is actually making visual appearance in Minecraft as well. You may be arguing, you're like, wait, Slenderman, Enderman, they're kind of the same. What's the difference? Is there even a difference? If you see an Enderman, I guess it's a Slenderman, right? No, incorrect. Slenderman, of course, have a complete white face. They're a lot taller than an Enderman, just by a little bit, almost an inch in comparison into actuality of measurements. So basically, Slenderman is a little bit more odd, and people have claimed to actually spotted Slenderman throughout their Minecraft world as well, throughout mainly roofed forest and other large forest of sort biomes that would be generating throughout Minecraft. They have claimed to have spotted Slenderman, which is very odd as well, and I'm not sure if this is any bit of validated. There are mods that add Slenderman to your world, so that is something to kind of take note on as well. So yeah, Slenderman, number 4 spot. Number 3, Lick. So Lick being an individual that is pretty much the resemblance in the pretty much forefront of all the crosses being originated in Minecraft. We see throughout time some of our worlds will get haunted and even have crosses spawning in them. But Lick is said to be the originator of that, and if you have a cross in your world, Lick is said to be the creator of that and the one that placed it there. Lick is a very intriguing but also odd-looking individual, which I don't want to run into, and Lick is just odd as well. So that's a quick summary on Lick. So if we dive into number 2, of course, this individual had to make the list in referenceability to some of the previous individuals or entities on this list is of course no other than Entity 303. Entity 303 being a very, very odd individual because he pretty much goes into the coding and into the files of Minecraft right at the go and goes into hacking mode. So basically Entity 303 will hack all your codings of your game, completely ruin your game, and make things even worse. And then visually appearing as an entity, a lot of people have seen Entity 303. This creepypasta, this myth has originated from the core from quite some time ago, and honestly, Entity 303 has been around for a while now, and basically, like I said, just going into the coding of your PC, of the Minecraft game, changing the files to Entity 303, spawning in your world, you don't want to run into Entity 303, and that's a fact. So moving to the number 1 spot, we kind of picked up the pace here, so that's good. I'm trying to get these top 10s out to you guys quick as possible. So number 1 is Green Steve. Now, Green Steve just recently originated and became more popular after my videos of doing a ritual on Green Steve. Little did people know that ritual was very specific in certain orientated ways to proceed forth and create the community into something. Green Steve originated out of nowhere, and then this got even more creepy and scary. After performing a Green Steve ritual in my world, the world changed and the desert would act odd and everything of sort would be very, very weird in my world, which made me realize that sometimes doing these rituals actually do compare and do odd things throughout your world, which I was not even completely aware of myself. So Green Steve being as Green Steve is, obviously you find a pyramid, you get slime blocks, and you pretty much correspond and you make a ritualistic basis and then perform it, and then boom, Green Steve is said to appear in your world. And of course this is best done at a desert pyramid. Green Steve is one of the core originating factors for spawning the creepypasta community as well. Outside of Herobrine, we really hit a new era in length with Green Steve, and I thought that was really fascinating, and it's just really fascinating to see, in my opinion. So there you have it, top 10 scariest encounters in Minecraft. Hopefully you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I am constant with the videos. It's Christmas Day, and I'm not taking a break. I got you guys what to do. Though on Christmas, we do want to spend time with family. We do want to enjoy ourselves of sort, but I know after you guys get done spending time with family, you probably want some content to kind of entertain you and something to watch. So fret no more, or you could be watching this with your family. That's why I thought, today even on Christmas, I know there's going to be some people that want to watch or that will watch this later on. So with that aside, thank you so much, and we will continue delivering the toppest and highest of elite content. Remember, elite, guys. So with that aside, I will see you all when I see you all, which will be very soon, actually, because we're steady with it. We got videos on videos. Join us now, like I said, and if you're not joining us, I honestly worry. I mean, it's just facts. I'm worried. Anyhow, top 10 videos. They're crazy to film, but I love it. I'll see you guys when I see you guys.